You will regret not watching this video. 8 Stoic lessons people learn too late in life. STOICSIM. There's an enlightening tale about a sage who was once asked, "How did you become so wise?" His response was as simple as it was profound. "I learned from fools. I observed their choices and steered clear of the pitfalls they fell into." So what's the biggest life lesson you've learned from observing others? Ever wondered how to fast-track your life's wisdom by decades? What if you could leap ahead of the crowd, not by cutting corners, but by deeply observing life? Imagine shaving 20 or 30 years off your learning curve, catapulting yourself into the top 1% of life's students. Yes, life is a treasure trove of lessons waiting to be unearthed. The moment you think you've arrived, that you know it all, is the very moment your growth grinds to a halt. Are you willing to be a lifelong student? Or will you fall into the trap of thinking you've learned it all? Share your thoughts in the comments below and let's build a community that learns together. Lesson 1. Happiness is a personal choice. In today's fast-paced world, many men fall into the trap of believing that external factors such as relationships, wealth, or physical pleasures are the ultimate sources of happiness. This mindset is a common pitfall, particularly in relationships where relying on someone else for your happiness often leads to disappointment. Consider the weather as an analogy. On a rainy day, one person might find joy in the soothing sound of raindrops, while another might grumble and feel miserable. What sets them apart is their mindset. The philosophy of Stoicism teaches us that true happiness comes from within, and that we have control over our emotions. By not allowing external circumstances to dictate our happiness, we can find a profound sense of inner peace. A practical way to develop this inner joy is by reducing our dependence on social media, which often breeds envy and dissatisfaction. Happiness is a personal responsibility and a choice that must be made daily, regardless of what happens around us. By mastering our emotions and focusing on inner joy, we not only enhance our own lives, but also become sources of strength and positivity for others. Imagine moving through life's ups and downs with a calm and composed mind, unaffected by external turmoil. This is the power of choosing happiness for yourself. It's important to realize that this journey towards happiness is not just for your benefit, but also for those around you. By becoming a beacon of positivity, you can inspire and uplift others in a world that often feels overwhelming. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." So, are you ready to take control of your happiness? Remember, the path to a fulfilling life begins with a single, empowering decision. Make that choice today and start your journey towards a happier and more meaningful life. Lesson 2. Everything is temporary. Life often feels like a relentless emotional roller coaster. One moment, we're on a high, convinced that our joy will last forever, and the next, we're plunged into despair, feeling trapped in a never-ending cycle of sorrow. This constant oscillation between extremes can cloud our judgment and disturb our inner peace. But what if we could find a way to navigate this tumultuous landscape with calm and clarity? Stoicism, an ancient philosophy with timeless relevance, offers us a powerful tool: equanimity. Equanimity is about maintaining a steady mind amid life's fluctuations. It teaches us to approach each moment with a balanced perspective, neither overly attached to joy nor crushed by sorrow. Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic philosopher and Roman emperor, wisely said, "Accept whatever comes to you woven in the pattern of your destiny, for what could more aptly fit your needs." This profound statement encapsulates the Stoic lesson that everything in life is temporary. Consider the euphoria of a significant achievement or a moment of happiness. In those times, remind yourself, this too shall pass. Similarly, when faced with hardship or sadness, hold on to the knowledge that this too is but a transient phase. This mindset fosters emotional resilience, enabling you to face life's inevitable ups and downs with a calm and reasoned approach. By internalizing the impermanence of all things, you liberate yourself from the extremes of emotion that can lead to hasty decisions and turmoil. Embracing the transient nature of life's experiences helps you appreciate the good times without clinging to them and confront challenges with courage without being overwhelmed. This understanding is key to unlocking a life of fulfillment and grace, for it equips you to navigate life's vicissitudes with poise and dignity. Imagine you're a young professional who has just landed your dream job. The excitement and satisfaction are palpable, and it's easy to believe that this feeling will last forever. But as time goes on, challenges and stressors inevitably arise, and the initial euphoria begins to fade. If you cling to the expectation that happiness should be constant, you might find yourself disillusioned and frustrated. However, if you adopt the Stoic perspective that this joy, like everything else, is temporary, you're better prepared to face the highs and lows of your career with a balanced mindset. Or think about a personal loss. The pain can be overwhelming, making it seem like the sadness will never end. Yet, by accepting that this sorrow is also temporary, you can begin to find moments of peace and healing. This doesn't mean suppressing your emotions, but understanding their transient nature and responding to them with a balanced and thoughtful mind. So, the next time life presents you with an unexpected challenge or a moment of joy, pause and reflect. Will you allow yourself to be carried away by the current of fleeting emotions? Or will you stand firm, anchored in the Stoic wisdom that recognizes the temporary nature of all things? The choice is yours, and it is this choice that shapes your path through life, guiding you toward making wiser decisions, forging stronger connections with others, and moving through the world with a serene and resilient spirit. Mastering your emotions doesn't mean suppressing them, but understanding their transient nature and responding to them thoughtfully. This is the essence of a fulfilling life, one that is navigated not by the whims of circumstance, but by the steady light of wisdom. Imagine a close friend confides in you about a breakup. They are devastated, convinced that the pain will never fade. By sharing the Stoic lesson of impermanence, you can help them see that while the hurt is intense now, it will gradually lessen over time. This perspective can provide comfort and hope, helping them to navigate their emotions with greater resilience. Another example might be dealing with financial stress. Perhaps you've faced a significant setback and it feels like your world is crumbling. Remembering that this too is temporary can help you stay grounded, allowing you to think more clearly and make better decisions moving forward. Consider a parent watching their child grow. The early years are filled with joy and wonder, but also challenges and sleepless nights. Understanding that these moments are fleeting can help you savor the good times and endure the tough ones with a sense of perspective and gratitude. In moments of triumph or despair, ask yourself, how can this experience, fleeting as it may be, teach me something valuable? What lesson can I take from this to grow stronger and wiser? By viewing each experience as a temporary phase, you empower yourself to live a more balanced and fulfilling life. Remember, life is a series of moments, each one passing into the next. By embracing the transient nature of all things, you free yourself from the tyranny of extremes and find peace in the present. This is the path to true equanimity and wisdom. So, when life presents its inevitable highs and lows, greet them with the knowledge that they too are temporary, and let this understanding guide you toward a life of serenity and grace. Lesson 3. Life isn't fair. Imagine you're sitting in a quiet room reflecting on your life's journey. Suddenly, you realize that despite your hard work and good intentions, life hasn't always been fair. You've seen others get ahead with seemingly little effort while you've faced obstacle after obstacle. It's frustrating, isn't it? But let me share a powerful lesson with you. Life isn't fair, and that's okay. This might sound harsh, but it's a truth that can set you free and empower you. You see, we all start with different decks of cards. Some people are born into wealth while others face poverty. Some enjoy good health, while others battle chronic illness. The Stoics, ancient philosophers who endured hardships most of us can't imagine, teach us that the cards we're dealt aren't what define us. What matters is how we play our hand. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way, said Marcus Aurelius. These words remind us that our obstacles can become our path to growth if we choose to see them as opportunities rather than setbacks. When life seems unfair, it's easy to fall into the trap of self-pity. You might find yourself asking, "Why me?" or complaining about your circumstances. But here's the thing. Complaining doesn't change anything. It only drains your energy and keeps you stuck. Instead, what if you could channel that frustration into action? What if you could transform your challenges into stepping stones toward a better life? Epictetus, another great Stoic philosopher, believed that we have control over our reactions, if not our circumstances. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters, he said. Picture this. You've always dreamed of a successful career, but every time you get close, something goes wrong. You could blame your bad luck or unfair bosses, or you could take a step back and ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I use this experience to improve? This mindset shift is the essence of Stoic resilience. It's about focusing on what you can control and letting go of what you can't. Now think about those challenges you're avoiding, the ones that seem too daunting or uncomfortable to face. Maybe it's a difficult conversation you've been putting off, a project that seems too big, or a personal goal that feels out of reach. The life you dream of often lies on the other side of these challenges. It's like that old saying, if you seek happiness, start with discomfort. Happiness and success aren't found in avoiding difficulties, but in confronting and overcoming them. Imagine if you approached life with this mindset. Instead of seeing obstacles as unfair, you saw them as necessary trials that shape your character and build your strength. You would stop waiting for perfect conditions or easier circumstances. You would start taking action, no matter how small, toward your goals. Don't explain your philosophy. Embody it, said Epictetus. This means living your values every day, even when it's tough. So how do you start? Begin by identifying one challenge you're avoiding. It could be anything, a conversation, a decision, a task. Acknowledge the fear or discomfort it brings. Then, take a small step toward facing it. This could mean preparing for that conversation, breaking the task into manageable parts, or setting a tiny goal to work toward. Each step, no matter how small, builds your confidence and resilience. As you progress, you'll realize something profound. Life's unfairness isn't a hindrance but a training ground. It's where you develop the grit and determination to succeed. By facing your challenges head-on, you become a more resilient and resourceful individual. You stop grumbling and start doing. You take responsibility for your life and craft it into something extraordinary, regardless of the cards you've been dealt. Remember, every successful person you admire has faced unfairness and challenges. They've been knocked down and had to get back up. They've learned to see their obstacles not as insurmountable walls, but as hurdles to overcome. And you can do the same. The greater the difficulty, the more glory in surmounting it, said Epicurus. So, next time you feel that life isn't fair, take a deep breath and remind yourself, this is your training ground. This is where you grow stronger. This is where you prove to yourself that you are capable of more than you ever imagined. Embrace the discomfort, take action, and watch as you transform your life, one challenge at a time. What challenge will you face today, and how will you use it to become the person you were meant to be? Lesson 4. The opinion of others doesn't matter. Let's confront a truth that many are hesitant to acknowledge. The opinion of others is irrelevant. All those judgments, the societal pressures, and the incessant noise, none of it holds any real significance. It's a toxic fog that distorts our vision and prevents us from truly understanding who we are. Caring about what others think is one of the most pervasive traps we can fall into. It's time to wake up and liberate ourselves from this societal prison. From a young age, we're conditioned to seek approval from others. We're taught to fit in, conform, and live up to expectations that aren't our own. We measure our worth against the yardstick of other people's opinions. But here's the stark reality. What others think of you is inconsequential. It doesn't define you, it doesn't shape your destiny, and it certainly doesn't determine your happiness. I used to be a people pleaser, deeply concerned about others' opinions. I wanted to be liked, accepted, and admired. I contorted myself into different shapes to meet everyone's expectations, wore masks, played roles, and silenced my true voice just to fit in. It was exhausting, like living in a self-imposed prison. I recall a particular instance when I had the chance to take a huge risk and pursue a passion that genuinely excited me. But I didn't. Why? Because I was terrified of what people would say. I thought, what if they think I'm crazy? What if I fail and they laugh at me? That fear of judgment held me back, causing me to miss out on an incredible opportunity simply because I cared too much about other people's opinions. It took me a long time to realize that the only opinion that truly matters is my own. The moment I stopped giving a damn about what others thought, my life transformed. I began making decisions based on what I wanted and what felt right for me. The freedom that came with that was indescribable. Think about it. People will judge you no matter what you do. You can live the most conventional, predictable life, and they'll still find something to criticize. You can chase your wildest dreams, and they'll say you're unrealistic or foolish. The opinions of others are like background noise, irrelevant distractions that shouldn't dictate your path. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus wisely said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This is a powerful reminder that our reactions and perspectives are within our control, not the opinions of others. Marcus Aurelius, another great Stoic, advised, "The tranquility that comes when you stop caring what they say, or think, or do, only what you do." These timeless pieces of wisdom emphasize the importance of focusing on our own actions and attitudes, rather than the judgments of others. In today's world, where social media amplifies the opinions and judgments of others, it's even more crucial to cultivate this Stoic mindset. We must remember that the validation we seek externally can only be truly fulfilled internally. When we detach ourselves from the need for external approval, we find a profound sense of freedom and authenticity. This shift in perspective allows us to live more genuinely, pursuing what truly matters to us without the burden of societal expectations. Consider the story of Steve Jobs, who once said, "Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life." Don't be trapped by dogma, which is living with the results of other people's thinking. Jobs' refusal to conform to others' expectations allowed him to innovate and create in ways that changed the world. His success was not defined by others' opinions, but by his commitment to his vision and authenticity. In your journey, remember that seeking approval from others is a futile endeavor. The opinions of others will always be there, but they do not have to influence your choices or happiness. Embrace the wisdom of the Stoics and focus on what you can control: your actions, your reactions, and your mindset. By doing so, you liberate yourself from the shackles of external validation and step into a life of true freedom and self-determination. The road to self-fulfillment is paved with the courage to disregard the noise and follow your own path, guided by your inner compass. Lesson 5. Control is an illusion. Let me share a truth that might shake your foundations. Control is an illusion. That's right. The comforting belief that we can control everything in our lives is nothing more than a fairy tale we tell ourselves to feel safe. The reality is that control is a mirage, and the sooner you accept this, the sooner you'll find true freedom and peace. We're often taught that with enough hard work, careful planning, and discipline, we can shape our destinies. But here's the raw, controversial truth. Life is unpredictable. No matter how much you plan or how hard you try, you can't control everything. The more you attempt to exert control, the more you set yourself up for disappointment and stress. I used to be a control freak. I had my life planned down to the minute, with backup plans for my backup plans. I believed that controlling every aspect of my life would help me avoid failure, pain, and uncertainty. But life had other plans. My carefully constructed world came crashing down when I lost my job unexpectedly, and a close relationship fell apart. No amount of planning or control could have prevented that. Consider this. We obsess over controlling our careers, relationships, health, and even our emotions. We live under the illusion that perfect management can shield us from life's chaos and uncertainty. But here's the brutal truth. The universe doesn't care about your plans. It has its own agenda and will throw you curveballs without warning. The Stoics understood this deeply. They taught that while we can't control the external world, we can control our reactions to it. They knew that the more we try to grasp control, the more we suffer. It's like trying to hold water in your hands. The tighter you squeeze, the more it slips away. I had a wake-up call a few years ago. At the peak of my career, feeling invincible, I had everything planned out: my career trajectory, personal life, and financial goals. Then, out of nowhere, I faced a serious health scare. All my meticulous plans and sense of control meant nothing in the face of that reality. It was then I realized that control was just an illusion I clung to for comfort. Think about your own life. How often have you planned something meticulously, only for it to go awry due to unforeseen circumstances? Perhaps you've experienced a sudden job loss, a relationship breakdown, or an unexpected health issue. How did it make you feel? Chances are, it left you feeling vulnerable and stressed, desperately trying to regain a sense of control. But what if you could let go of the need to control everything and instead focus on how you respond to life's challenges? A friend of mine once shared a powerful story. He had a thriving business and a clear 5-year plan. He was confident and in control until an economic downturn hit. His business suffered, and he found himself facing bankruptcy. Initially, he was devastated, but then he remembered the Stoic principle that while we can't control external events, we can control our reactions. Instead of dwelling on his misfortune, he adapted. He downsized, pivoted his business model, and eventually rebuilt stronger than before. This experience taught him the value of focusing on his responses rather than attempting to control the uncontrollable. Reflect on this. How much time and energy do you spend trying to control outcomes? What could you achieve if you redirected that energy towards managing your responses and actions? The Stoics believed that true freedom comes from understanding what we can control and what we cannot. By accepting that control is an illusion, you free yourself from unnecessary stress and anxiety. You become more resilient, adaptable, and open to life's possibilities. So, the next time life throws you a curveball, remember this lesson. Instead of trying to control the uncontrollable, focus on your response. Embrace the uncertainty and chaos as opportunities for growth and learning. Ask yourself, how can I adapt to this situation, and what can I learn from this experience? This shift in perspective can transform your life, leading to greater peace and resilience. In summary, accepting that control is an illusion can be liberating. It allows you to focus on what truly matters, your reactions and actions. By letting go of the need to control everything, you open yourself to the freedom and peace that comes from living in harmony with life's unpredictable nature. So, what will you choose? Will you continue to cling to the illusion of control, or will you embrace the Stoic wisdom and find true freedom? The choice is yours. Lesson 6. Desire is a poison. All right, let's get real and raw for a moment. Desire is a poison. Yes, you heard me right. It's not your motivator, nor is it your beacon to success. It's a toxic force that seeps into your soul, trapping you in a perpetual cycle of wanting more. Think about it. We live in a society that incessantly pushes us to crave more. More money, more success, more possessions. We're constantly bombarded by a culture steeped in consumerism and comparison. Yet, the harsh truth is, the more you desire, the more miserable you become. Desire gnaws away at your contentment and locks you in a state of perpetual dissatisfaction. I've been down that road myself. There was a time when I genuinely believed that the next promotion, the fancy car, or the bigger house would bring me happiness. I chased after every glittering lure that society dangled before me. And you know what? Each time I achieved what I desired, the joy was fleeting. The thrill was temporary. Soon enough, I found myself yearning for more, needing more, craving more. Look around you. We're bombarded with ads and social media posts that glorify excess and luxury, persuading us that happiness lies just beyond our reach in the next purchase, the next achievement, the next fulfilled desire. It's a vicious cycle, an unending chase that leaves us exhausted and hollow. Desire is not your friend. It's a poison that whispers in your ear that you're not enough as you are, that your life isn't complete without that next thing. It convinces you that happiness is always out there, just beyond your grasp. But the real truth is, the more you desire, the more you suffer. I once knew a man who seemingly had it all: a high-paying job, a beautiful house, the latest gadgets. But he was always chasing the next big thing, always wanting more. He worked himself to the brink, neglected his family, and eventually he burned out. All that desire, all that striving left him empty and broken. He had everything he thought he wanted, and yet he had nothing at all. The Stoics understood this. They taught that desire is a trap, a poison that blinds you to the beauty of the present moment and the abundance already in your life. They knew that true happiness doesn't come from fulfilling every desire, but from letting go of them. As Seneca wisely said, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more that is poor." Take a moment to reflect on your own life. How often have you thought, "I'll be happy when I get this or that"? How often have you postponed your happiness to some future point contingent on fulfilling a desire? Why do we let these desires dictate our happiness? Imagine a life where you are content with what you have, where you find joy in the present moment, where you are not constantly yearning for more. This isn't just a philosophical ideal. It's a practical path to peace and happiness. Epictetus taught us, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." Can you see how liberating it would be to free yourself from the chains of desire, to stop the endless chase and start living with gratitude for what you already have? Think about the times when you felt truly happy. Was it because you finally got something you wanted? Or was it because you were fully present in the moment, appreciating the simple pleasures of life? Happiness isn't found in the relentless pursuit of more. It's found in the quiet moments of contentment, in the realization that you are enough, just as you are. So how do we break free from the grip of desire? How do we detoxify our minds from this poison? The answer lies in shifting our focus from what we lack to what we have, from what we want to who we are. It's about cultivating a mindset of gratitude, practicing mindfulness, and embracing simplicity. Start by acknowledging the abundance in your life right now. Reflect on the things you often take for granted: your health, your relationships, your experiences. Practice gratitude daily and notice how it transforms your perspective. When a desire arises, pause and question it. Ask yourself, do I really need this to be happy? More often than not, you'll find that the answer is no. Engage with life fully, savoring each moment without letting the yearning for more overshadow your present joy. In the end, remember this: desire is a poison that corrodes your peace and keeps you chasing illusions. But you have the power to break free. You have the power to choose contentment, to embrace the present, and to find true happiness not in the pursuit of more, but in the appreciation of what already is. So, what will you choose today? Will you continue the endless chase? Or will you step off the treadmill and embrace the beauty of now? The choice is yours, and it's one that will shape your entire life. Lesson 7. Your mind is your greatest ally and adversary. Understanding the power of your mindset is one of life's most crucial lessons. You are the architect of your life's outcomes, and shifting the blame to others for your failures or shortcomings only hinders your growth. In almost every scenario, it is your thoughts that determine whether you succeed or fail. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." By embracing this wisdom, you acknowledge the immense power you hold over your destiny. Training your mind to be your greatest supporter is a lifelong endeavor. Your mind is always with you, shaping your perceptions, decisions, and actions. Imagine if every time you looked in the mirror, your reflection radiated self-endorsement. This is a hallmark of successful individuals. They cultivate a mindset that supports their goals and values. Seneca wisely noted, "As is a tale, so is life. Not how long it is, but how good it is what matters." Life is fleeting, and it's essential to cherish it daily, striving to fill it with meaningful achievements and personal growth. Consider the story of Epictetus, who began life as a slave and rose to become one of the most respected philosophers of his time. His journey illustrates that the mind can overcome even the most challenging circumstances. Epictetus taught that it is not the events themselves that disturb us, but our interpretations of those events. By controlling our responses, we gain the power to navigate life's adversities with resilience and wisdom. This philosophy is profoundly relevant in modern life, where external pressures and distractions are abundant. Your mind, when properly trained, can become a fortress of strength and clarity amidst the chaos. In today's fast-paced world, where instant gratification often overshadows long-term fulfillment, it's vital to remember that life is a precious gift. Embrace the mindset of a lifelong student, always eager to learn and grow. By applying these invaluable lessons early, you set yourself up for a life rich in purpose and achievement. As the ancient Stoics understood, the journey of self-improvement is continuous and ever-evolving. Every challenge you face is an opportunity to strengthen your mind and spirit. Relating this to modern life, consider the daily barrage of information and stimuli that can easily overwhelm and distract us. In such an environment, having a disciplined mind is not just beneficial, but necessary. Practicing mindfulness, setting clear goals, and maintaining a positive outlook can significantly enhance your quality of life. As Ralph Waldo Emerson once said, "The only person you are destined to become is the person you decide to be." Your decisions, shaped by your mindset, define your destiny. In the context of your personal and professional life, your mindset influences your relationships, career trajectory, and overall happiness. Cultivating a growth mindset, as described by psychologist Carol Dweck, means viewing challenges as opportunities for development rather than threats. This perspective shift can transform how you approach problems, making you more resilient and adaptable. Moreover, surrounding yourself with supportive and like-minded individuals can further reinforce your positive mindset. Remember, the mind is both your greatest ally and adversary. It can either propel you toward success or hinder your progress with self-doubt and negativity. By nurturing a strong, positive mindset, you align yourself with the principles of Stoicism, fostering inner peace and external success. As you navigate life's journey, let the wisdom of the Stoics guide you, reminding you that true power lies within your thoughts and perceptions. In conclusion, embrace the lessons of Stoicism to train your mind as your greatest ally. Life is a series of moments, each offering a chance to choose positivity, growth, and wisdom. As you continue to learn and apply these timeless principles, you will find that your mind becomes a powerful tool, helping you to navigate life's complexities with grace and determination. Thus, by mastering your mindset, you truly master your life. Lesson 8. Embracing risks in life. Life is a series of opportunities disguised as risks, and the biggest gamble you can take is to not take any risks at all. Look around you, and you'll see that the most successful people didn't achieve their status by playing it safe. They took bold actions to reach where they are now. Think about it. Everything worthwhile usually involves some level of risk. Consider the scenario of being attracted to someone. If you want to capture their interest, you need to muster the courage to start a conversation. This might seem daunting, particularly for many individuals who find themselves paralyzed by fear when such a moment presents itself. But here's the catch. Whether it's stepping up to express your feelings to a potential partner or leaving the security of your current job for a more promising career opportunity, most things worth having come with a degree of uncertainty. John had a stable job at a reputable firm, a job that paid the bills but didn't ignite his passion. Every day felt like a repeat of the last, and deep down, he knew he was capable of more. One day, after much contemplation, John decided to take a leap of faith. He quit his job and ventured into entrepreneurship, a field he was genuinely passionate about. The initial days were tough: sleepless nights, financial instability, and constant self-doubt. But John persevered. Today he runs a successful business, and he often reflects on how taking that risk transformed his life. Now let's talk about the broader implications of risk-taking. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to always be at the right place at the right time? It's not luck. It's the willingness to embrace uncertainty. When you avoid taking risks, you also avoid the possibility of failure. But here's a thought. Failure is not the opposite of success. It's a part of success. Every failure teaches you something valuable, something you wouldn't have learned if you hadn't dared to try. Think about the stories of famous inventors and entrepreneurs: Thomas Edison, Steve Jobs, Elon Musk. Their paths were fraught with risks and failures, yet they persisted. Edison failed thousands of times before perfecting the light bulb. Jobs was ousted from his own company before returning to make it one of the most valuable brands in the world. Musk has faced numerous setbacks with SpaceX and Tesla, but his willingness to take risks has revolutionized industries. These individuals didn't see failure as a stopping point, but as a stepping stone. Imagine living a life where you never took a chance. How would that feel? Would you be content knowing that you let fear dictate your choices? It's a sobering thought. The reality is, taking risks is essential for growth. It's what pushes you out of your comfort zone and helps you discover your true potential. When you embrace risk, you open yourself up to new experiences, new people, and new opportunities that you wouldn't have encountered otherwise. Let's bring this back to you. What risks have you been avoiding? Is there a passion you've been sidelining because it seems too risky? Is there a person you've been wanting to connect with but fear rejection? Is there a career move you've been contemplating but are afraid of the unknown? Reflect on these questions. The Stoics teach us that we cannot control the outcomes, but we can control our actions. Seneca once said, "It is not because things are difficult that we do not dare. It is because we do not dare that they are difficult." By daring to take risks, you empower yourself to face challenges head-on and grow stronger through the experience. In modern life, we often get caught up in the illusion of security. We stick to routines, stay in jobs we don't love, and avoid taking chances, all in the name of safety. But true security lies in our ability to adapt and grow. When you take risks, you develop resilience and confidence. You prove to yourself that you can handle whatever comes your way. Let's not forget the importance of balance. Taking risks doesn't mean being reckless. It means making calculated decisions and being prepared for different outcomes. It's about understanding the difference between a leap of faith and a fool's errand. The key is to weigh the potential rewards against the risks and to move forward with courage and wisdom. As we conclude, ask yourself this. Are you living a life of quiet desperation, or are you embracing the uncertainty and potential that life offers? The choice is yours. The Stoic lesson here is clear. Take the risk and truly live. You might stumble, you might fall, but each step will take you closer to a life of purpose and fulfillment. Remember, the greatest risk is not taking one at all. So, dare to dream, dare to act, and dare to live fully. What risks will you take today to shape your tomorrow? By reflecting on these points, you'll find that embracing risks can lead to a more fulfilling and meaningful life. Don't let fear hold you back from the possibilities that lie ahead. Take that first step and you'll be surprised at how far you can go. Stoic rules to conquer the day. To become a disciplined person and achieve a fulfilling life is not an easy task. You must patiently practice numerous principles with a relaxed and open mindset. Here are 9 principles of Stoicism to help you become happier. Principle first: stop worrying about what you cannot control. There is only one way to happiness, and that is to cease worrying about things which are beyond the power of our will. Epictetus. Stoicism is founded on the principle that while we cannot dictate the events that unfold around us, we hold the power over our reactions to these events. This philosophy highlights the importance of distinguishing between what is within our control and what is not. By acknowledging that some things are completely beyond our influence, while others are partially within our grasp, and some entirely under our control, we can achieve a sense of tranquility. The pathway to inner peace lies in this acceptance and in focusing our energy on areas where we can make a difference. To put it plainly, what exactly falls outside our control? The external world, natural occurrences, other people's actions, genetic predispositions, and past events are all beyond our influence. Worrying about these factors is not only futile, but also detrimental to our well-being. Imagine a sailor in a storm who cannot control the wind and waves, but can adjust the sails. Attempting to control the uncontrollable elements of life leads to unnecessary stress and frustration. Our sorrows often stem from trying to manipulate these unchangeable factors, resulting in a cycle of disappointment and unhappiness. The first step towards a more content life is to accept this fundamental truth. We cannot control everything. This acceptance frees us from the burden of constant worry about external forces and allows us to direct our attention and efforts towards what we can influence. Marcus Aurelius, another great Stoic philosopher, once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This quote emphasizes the core of Stoic teaching. Our mind and its reactions are our true realm of control. By focusing on our thoughts, attitudes, and actions, we reclaim our power and navigate life with greater resilience. In modern life, this principle is particularly relevant. The rapid pace of change, the constant influx of information, and the unpredictable nature of global events can easily overwhelm us. However, by practicing Stoicism, we learn to center ourselves and respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. Consider a professional scenario where unexpected changes occur frequently. Instead of stressing over these changes, which are often beyond your control, concentrate on your response. Adaptability, a calm demeanor, and proactive problem-solving are within your control and can turn potential setbacks into opportunities for growth. Similarly, in personal relationships, trying to change others or worrying about their actions leads to frustration. Instead, focus on your behavior, communication, and the boundaries you set. This shift in perspective not only improves your mental health, but also enhances your interactions with others. In essence, Stoicism teaches us to live in harmony with the nature of things, acknowledging that while we cannot control the wind, we can adjust our sails to navigate life's challenges. Seneca, another Stoic philosopher, aptly said, "Fate leads the willing and drags along the reluctant." Embracing this wisdom allows us to face life's uncertainties with courage and grace. We become less reactive and more deliberate in our actions, leading to a more fulfilling and balanced life. To apply this principle effectively, start by identifying the areas of your life where you are trying to control the uncontrollable. Reflect on the stressors and ask yourself if they fall within your sphere of influence. If not, consciously let go of the need to manage these aspects and redirect your focus to what you can change. This practice not only reduces anxiety, but also enhances your overall effectiveness and well-being. Remember, the key to conquering your day lies not in the external events, but in mastering your internal responses. By embracing the Stoic wisdom of focusing on what we can control and letting go of what we cannot, we pave the way for a more serene and empowered life. As you navigate through your day, Keep the words of Epictetus in mind. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. This mindset is the cornerstone of a resilient and fulfilling life. Principle second, focus on what you can control. Life is full of events and circumstances beyond our control. We can't dictate the actions of others, the unfolding of global events, or the twists and turns of fate. But what we can control, as the Stoic philosopher Epictetus wisely noted, are our opinions, pursuits, desires, aversions, and ultimately, our own actions. These are the elements firmly within our grasp. Conversely, our bodies, properties, reputations, and the commands of others lie outside our domain of control. This distinction between what is within our control and what is not is foundational in Stoic philosophy and is crucial for living a fulfilling life. Imagine you are caught in a traffic jam, late for an important meeting. You can't control the traffic, the clock, or even the reaction of those waiting for you. But you can control your response. Instead of succumbing to frustration and anger, you can choose to remain calm and composed, perhaps using the time to reflect, listen to an enlightening podcast, or plan your next steps. This shift in perspective transforms a potentially stressful situation into an opportunity for growth and self-improvement. Epictetus, in his Enchiridion, eloquently states, "Some things are in our control and others not. Things in our control are opinion, pursuit, desire, aversion, and, in a word, whatever are our own actions. Things not in our control are body, property, reputation, command, and, in one word, whatever are not our own actions." This powerful insight encourages us to focus our energy on our thoughts and actions. By doing so, we free ourselves from the anxiety and frustration that often accompany our attempts to control the uncontrollable. Consider a modern-day scenario. You're working on a team project, and a colleague consistently fails to meet deadlines. You can't control their behavior, but you can control how you address the situation. Instead of harboring resentment or stress, you could communicate your concerns constructively, seek solutions collaboratively, or adjust your own approach to ensure the project's success. This approach not only enhances your peace of mind, but also fosters a more productive and harmonious working environment. In Stoicism, the practice of distinguishing between what we can and cannot control is paramount. By honing this skill, we empower ourselves to focus on our judgments, voluntary actions, and choices. This doesn't mean we ignore external events, but rather, we acknowledge them without letting them dictate our inner state. Where then shall I seek the good and the evil? Not in uncontrollable externals, but within myself, in my own choices, Epictetus asserts in his discourses. This inner focus is where true strength and resilience reside. A relatable example is the story of Sarah, a young entrepreneur facing the unpredictable challenges of starting a new business. She couldn't control market fluctuations, client demands, or unforeseen setbacks. However, she chose to focus on what she could control: her response to challenges, her work ethic, and her innovative solutions. By channeling her energy into these areas, she navigated through tough times and ultimately built a successful enterprise. Sarah's journey exemplifies the Stoic principle of focusing on controllable elements, leading to personal and professional growth. As we integrate this Stoic principle into our daily lives, it's essential to remind ourselves constantly of this distinction. When faced with adversity, we should ask ourselves, is this within my control? If the answer is no, we redirect our focus to our thoughts and actions. This practice not only reduces fear and anxiety, but also enhances our ability to invest in becoming the person we aspire to be. Reflect on a moment in your life when you felt overwhelmed by external circumstances. How might focusing on your responses and actions have changed the outcome? By embracing this Stoic practice, we cultivate a mindset that prioritizes inner tranquility and personal empowerment over external chaos. In conclusion, the lesson here is clear. Our true power lies in our ability to control our reactions and perceptions. By focusing on what we can control, we navigate life's unpredictability with grace and resilience. This Stoic wisdom, as timeless as it is profound, offers a pathway to inner peace and enduring strength. Principle third, embrace contentment. Imagine waking up each day feeling truly content, not because you've acquired more, but because you've learned to desire less. This is a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy, a timeless lesson that speaks directly to our modern lives. So often we believe that happiness lies in obtaining more success, money, fame, skills, time, or possessions. But in reality, the endless pursuit of more only complicates our lives and binds us to our desires. Think of a moment when you achieved something you longed for, only to find yourself immediately wanting the next thing. This cycle can be exhausting and unfulfilling. The ancient Stoic philosophers like Seneca and Marcus Aurelius taught us that liberation comes from wanting less. Seneca once said, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more that is poor." This profound wisdom encourages us to shift our focus from what we lack to what we already possess. Reflect for a moment on your life. The relationships, skills, experiences, and resources you have. How often do you truly appreciate these gifts? Life has granted you so much. You just need to recognize it. Look around you. What do you have right now that you often overlook? Perhaps it's the comfort of your home, the love of your family, the skills you've honed, or even the simple joys of daily life. By acknowledging and valuing what you already have, you can unlock a profound sense of contentment. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking. The Stoics believed that true wealth and power lie in our ability to use what we have wisely. It's not about possessing more, but about making the most of what we possess. Consider your talents, your time, your resources. How can you utilize these to their fullest potential? When we tie our happiness to external acquisitions, we set ourselves up for disappointment because these are often beyond our control. But by focusing on what we can control, we find stability and peace. Ask yourself, am I expecting life to constantly give me more, or am I making the most of what I have? This self-reflection can lead to a significant shift in mindset. It's not about abandoning all desires, but about refining them. What are the desires that truly matter? What are the goals that align with your values and contribute to your well-being and that of your loved ones? It's natural to have dreams, aspirations, and goals. Striving for self-improvement and seeking to enhance your life is not contrary to Stoic teachings. Instead, Stoicism encourages us to pursue what is appropriate and meaningful. Epictetus wisely stated, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." This perspective doesn't mean we should settle for mediocrity, but that we should cultivate a sense of appreciation and contentment with our current state while working towards our genuine aspirations. In a world that constantly pushes us to want more, can you pause and find satisfaction in the present moment? How can you shift your mindset from one of perpetual desire to one of gratitude and contentment? This isn't about abandoning ambition, but about ensuring our ambitions are guided by wisdom and aligned with our core values. By embracing this Stoic principle of wanting less, you can experience a profound transformation in your daily life. You'll find that your happiness is no longer tethered to external circumstances, but rooted in a deep appreciation for the present. You'll become more resilient, as your sense of contentment won't waver with the ups and downs of life. So, I challenge you today. Take a moment to inventory your life. What do you have right now that brings you joy and fulfillment? How can you use these blessings to their fullest potential? Remember, true happiness comes not from acquiring more, but from wanting less. By adopting this mindset, you can conquer your day with a sense of peace and purpose that no amount of external success can provide. In the words of Marcus Aurelius, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. How will you choose to think about your life today? Principle fourth, simplify your life. At the heart of Stoicism is simplicity. It teaches us to streamline our lives, focusing only on what is essential and removing the superfluous. The Stoic philosophers, such as Seneca and Epictetus, asserted that the foundation of a fulfilling life is the cultivation of our character. True happiness, they argued, arises from within us, independent of external circumstances. As Seneca wisely said, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor." This insight reminds us that our contentment is rooted in our mindset and values, not in material possessions. To lead a fulfilling life, we must first recognize that our essential needs are minimal. Beyond basic necessities, many of us burden ourselves with excess. This clutter, whether physical or mental, detracts from our happiness and distracts us from our true goals. Therefore, a fundamental practice in Stoicism is the elimination of the unnecessary. This process begins with our material possessions, but extends to our thoughts, habits, and actions. Reflecting regularly on whether our current lifestyle supports our growth and well-being is crucial. As Marcus Aurelius advised, the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. This suggests that our inner life shapes our external reality, emphasizing the importance of maintaining a clear and focused mind. In modern life, where consumerism and constant connectivity often overwhelm us, adopting a Stoic approach to simplicity can be transformative. By decluttering our surroundings and our minds, we create space for what truly matters. This involves more than just tidying up our homes. It means critically examining our routines, relationships, and even our digital consumption. Are these elements contributing to our growth and happiness, or are they merely distractions? If they are not essential, it is time to let them go. This aligns with the Stoic principle of living according to nature, which means aligning our actions with our true purpose and values. Simplifying our lives brings clarity and focus, allowing us to pursue our goals with renewed vigor. It frees us from the tyranny of unnecessary desires and obligations, helping us to concentrate on personal development and meaningful connections. This is not about living an austere life, but about making deliberate choices that enhance our well-being. By prioritizing our mental and emotional health, we can achieve a balanced and fulfilling life. As Epictetus noted, wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. This perspective encourages us to find contentment in simplicity, leading to a more stable and resilient mindset. Moreover, simplifying our lives can improve our decision-making. When we remove the clutter, both physical and mental, we can see our path more clearly and make choices that align with our long-term goals. This enhances our ability to act with wisdom and integrity, core tenets of Stoic philosophy. In today's fast-paced world, this clarity can be a powerful tool, helping us to navigate challenges and opportunities with equanimity and grace. Incorporating these Stoic principles into our daily routine can also foster deeper, more meaningful relationships. By focusing on what truly matters, we can invest more time and energy into the connections that enrich our lives. This might mean spending more quality time with loved ones or engaging in activities that bring genuine joy and fulfillment. Simplifying our lives helps us to be more present and engaged, enhancing our overall quality of life. In conclusion, embracing simplicity as a way of life enables us to strip away the non-essential and focus on what truly matters. It aligns us with our values, enhances our mental clarity, and fosters genuine happiness. By adopting this Stoic principle, we can cultivate a life of purpose, resilience, and contentment. As we navigate the complexities of modern life, let us remember the wisdom of the Stoics and strive to live with simplicity and clarity. In doing so, we will find that we are not only happier but also more fulfilled and at peace. Principle fifth, understand and leverage. Let's delve into the fifth principle of Stoic philosophy, understanding and leveraging your strengths. For Stoics, especially during challenging times like inflation, the most valuable investment you can make is in yourself. This is an investment that never loses its worth. Investing in yourself means more than just cultivating moral virtues and learning how to interact with others. It also involves a deep understanding of your strengths and weaknesses. Transforming yourself into a better version doesn't mean completely changing who you are. Instead, it means developing your strengths and gradually overcoming your weaknesses. To do this, you must be honest with yourself and confront your true nature. Ask yourself, who am I? What am I doing? How is my life unfolding? How do I assess my capabilities? And is this assessment objective? These questions help you introspect and gain a deeper understanding of yourself. Once you have a clear understanding of your strengths, leverage them to build an action plan. Take pride in what you excel at, and use these strengths to navigate real-life situations. As you become more accustomed to applying your strengths and addressing your weaknesses, you'll gain more control over your life. Let me share a story to illustrate this principle. Consider the story of Emma, a young professional in the tech industry. Emma always felt overshadowed by her peers and doubted her abilities. She decided to take a step back and introspect, asking herself the tough questions. Who am I? What am I doing with my life? How do I truly assess my skills? Through this process, Emma realized she had a knack for problem solving and a passion for mentoring others. She decided to focus on these strengths and gradually worked on her communication skills, which she identified as a weakness. Emma started volunteering to lead small projects and offered to mentor new hires at her company. Over time, she saw her confidence grow, and her colleagues began to recognize her leadership potential. By understanding and leveraging her strengths, Emma transformed her professional life and gained more control over her career trajectory. Now think about your own life. What are your strengths? How can you leverage them to overcome your weaknesses and achieve your goals? Remember, the journey of self-improvement is continuous and requires ongoing introspection and honesty with oneself. In conclusion, the key takeaway from this principle is to invest in yourself by understanding your strengths and weaknesses. Use your strengths to build a solid foundation for personal growth and tackle your weaknesses gradually. By doing so, you will gain greater control over your life and become a better version of yourself. So, take a moment today to reflect on your strengths and consider how you can leverage them to conquer the day. What steps will you take to invest in yourself and harness your true potential? Principle 6. Do not complain. Imagine waking up every day with a mindset that embraces life's challenges without a single complaint. How would that change your outlook on life? This principle, do not complain, is the culmination of practicing the earlier Stoic teachings. It urges you to accept life as it comes without resistance. When you stop complaining, you aren't ignoring your struggles or pretending everything is perfect. Instead, you are choosing to acknowledge and face reality head-on. This approach doesn't make you selfish or indifferent. It makes you strong and wise. Stoics aren't about suppressing emotions or being detached. They are about understanding and managing them effectively. Marcus Aurelius, one of the great Stoic philosophers, said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This means that every obstacle you face is an opportunity for growth. When you learn to accept, you prepare yourself better for life's unpredictable nature. You become proactive rather than reactive. Think about the times you felt burdened by complaining. Did it ever change the situation? Likely not. Complaining often traps you in a cycle of negativity, draining your energy and clouding your judgment. By not complaining, you take control of your responses and actions. This principle teaches you to anticipate challenges, face them with courage, and derive satisfaction from your efforts and resilience. Consider the last time you faced a difficult situation. Did complaining help, or did it only make you feel worse? Reflecting on this can offer powerful insights. When you adopt a no-complaint rule, you train your mind to focus on solutions rather than problems. This shift can profoundly impact your personal and professional life. It's not about suppressing your feelings, but about channeling them constructively. Instead of saying, "Why is this happening to me?" ask, "What can I do about this?" This subtle change in perspective can transform your approach to adversity. Epictetus, another influential Stoic, reminds us, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Embracing this wisdom means accepting that you can't control everything, but you can control how you respond. This control is the essence of Stoic strength. When you stop complaining, you free yourself from the shackles of negativity and open up to a world of possibilities. You start to see every challenge as a lesson, every setback as a setup for a comeback. Imagine how much more peaceful and productive your days could be if you spent less time complaining and more time acting. Complaints are often an unconscious habit, a default response to discomfort or dissatisfaction. Breaking this habit requires awareness and effort. Start by observing your thoughts and words. Are they constructive or destructive? When you catch yourself about to complain, pause and reframe your thoughts. What can you learn from this situation? How can you grow stronger? Personal anecdotes can also be powerful. I remember a time when I was overwhelmed with work and life pressures. Complaining seemed like a release, but it only added to my stress. When I decided to adopt a no-complaint rule, I noticed a significant change. I became more solution-oriented and less anxious. This simple shift in mindset made a world of difference. You too can experience this transformation. The next time you face a challenge, remind yourself of the Stoic principles. Accept the situation, understand your emotions, and focus on what you can control. This practice not only builds resilience, but also fosters a deep sense of inner peace. Seneca, another Stoic sage, said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." Complaints often amplify our suffering by keeping us focused on what's wrong rather than what's possible. By choosing not to complain, you liberate yourself from this self-imposed suffering. You become more mindful, more present, and more capable of handling whatever comes your way. In conclusion, the principle of not complaining is not about denying your challenges, but about facing them with a mindset of acceptance and proactive response. It encourages you to prepare for life's ups and downs, take responsibility for your actions, and find strength in adversity. How will you apply this principle in your life? What changes will you make to embrace this Stoic wisdom? Reflect on these questions and take the first step towards a more empowered and fulfilling life. Principle 7th. Live consciously and disciplined. Living consciously and disciplined is a fundamental principle that can transform your daily life and lead to lasting success. Start your day by tackling the most challenging tasks first. This approach, often summarized as hardship first, pleasure later, cultivates resilience and a sense of accomplishment. By prioritizing difficult tasks, you build a foundation of discipline and inner strength that supports long-term prosperity. As the Roman philosopher Seneca said, "Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body." When we focus on completing the hardest tasks first, we train ourselves to endure hardship and delay gratification. This principle is deeply rooted in Stoic philosophy, which teaches that true happiness and fulfillment come from within, not from external circumstances. By embracing challenges and pushing through discomfort, we develop virtues such as patience, perseverance, and self-control. These virtues are essential for achieving success in any area of life, from career advancement to personal growth. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of moral training. According to the Stoics, the only thing truly within our control is our own character and response to life's events. Marcus Aurelius, a prominent Stoic philosopher, advised, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This perspective encourages us to focus on our internal values and virtues, rather than being swayed by external circumstances or emotions. Living consciously means being aware of your actions and their consequences. It involves making deliberate choices that align with your values and long-term goals. This level of awareness allows you to stay focused on what truly matters, even in the face of distractions or temptations. Discipline, on the other hand, is the practice of consistently applying this awareness to your daily routine. It requires commitment and perseverance, but the rewards are immense. In our modern, fast-paced world, it's easy to become overwhelmed by the demands of daily life. However, by adopting a Stoic mindset and focusing on what you can control, you can navigate these challenges with greater ease and confidence. One practical way to apply this principle is by creating a daily schedule that prioritizes your most important and difficult tasks. By doing so, you ensure that you are making progress on your goals, even when life gets hectic. Another key aspect of living consciously and disciplined is managing your emotions. Stoicism teaches that we should not be ruled by our emotions, but rather use reason and logic to guide our actions. Epictetus, another renowned Stoic philosopher, stated, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." By maintaining emotional control, you can make better decisions and avoid the pitfalls of impulsive behavior. To truly embrace this principle, it is essential to practice self-reflection. Take time each day to reflect on your actions, thoughts, and feelings. Consider what you did well and where you can improve. This practice of introspection helps you stay aligned with your values and continuously grow as a person. Living consciously and disciplined is not about being perfect. It's about striving for progress and consistency. It requires effort and dedication, but the benefits are well worth it. By integrating these Stoic principles into your daily life, you can build a strong foundation for success and fulfillment. Remember, as the philosopher Aristotle said, "We are what we repeatedly do." Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. In conclusion, adopting a disciplined and conscious approach to life allows you to face challenges head-on and develop the virtues necessary for long-term success. By focusing on what you can control, prioritizing difficult tasks, managing your emotions, and practicing self-reflection, you can navigate life's complexities with confidence and resilience. Embrace the wisdom of the Stoics and commit to living a life of purpose and discipline, and you will find that true prosperity and fulfillment are within your reach. Ladies and gentlemen, we've reached the end of our journey through the 7 principles of Stoicism to enhance your happiness every day. I hope that these principles have resonated with you and provided valuable insights to enrich your life. Now I encourage you to reflect on these principles and ask yourself how you can incorporate them into your daily life. Remember, the path to a happier life is within your grasp, and it starts with the choices you make every day. If you found this video helpful, please consider liking and subscribing to our channel. Your support means the world to us and helps us continue to bring valuable content your way. Don't hesitate to share your thoughts and experiences in the comments section below. We would love to hear how Stoicism has impacted your life or any questions you might have about implementing these principles. Thank you once again for joining us, and remember, the journey to a more fulfilling life is a continuous one, and every step you take brings you closer to tranquility and joy. Stay strong, stay wise, and most importantly, stay stoic.